What you were just looking at is a 100-foot-long, 100-kite train made by Jim Gibson of Chagrin Falls. I am Harry Gregory of the Ohio Society of the Elevation of Kites. We're based in northern Ohio. We're here at Buckeye Woods having a wonderful Earth Day showing off our collection of kites that our members have. Our club is roughly about 100 families. We fly second Sunday of every month at Edgewater Park. We're here today coloring up the skies and also making kites in this little pavilion here for anyone who comes, brings a child, whether he's a child of 3 or 93, we still consider him a child. Out in the field are some of our members flying some of our larger kites and some of our more unique kites. Back when I was a little boy, all we ever knew about was paper kites. Now we've gone into high tech. We're using nylon, we're using carbon fiber, we're using just about everything you can think of building our kites today.
Welcome to Earth Day 2001 at Buckeye Woods Park, Medina County Park District. We've got a beautiful day today, a beautiful day to showcase our natural resources here in Medina County. And the attendance is wonderful. We have probably 300 cars right now, which means roughly 1,200 people, and we're happy to be able to participate.
What's the trail monitor? What is that?
Trail monitor, that's a group that goes around and people monitor the trail. Yeah, answer questions that people have about the park and report back to the park as they read.
I got you! Litter critters! No one gets away with littering in my county! You're coming with me! Hey, wait a minute, officer. Give me a chance. Are the plants animals? Stay your head.
I think it might be. Take it over to him.
It's smaller.
Hold it up, Jackie. Hold it up on the line. It's a little bit smaller. Got another.
Hi, I'm Tom Baldwin, and today is our chalk-off. We've done this in the past downtown. We decided, since we moved our store here to Prospect, to kind of let people know we're here by letting the kids color and give us a good way to start our year off this year. We have about 23 kids this year competing for, not tickets this year, but certainly some prize money and some hot dogs and some drink, a little bit of fun. Everybody seems to be having a good time. We've got some art out here in the yard to sell, and just kind of letting everybody know we're back, we're here, we're having a good time, and encourage everybody to come see us.
Lisa! I'm drawing my paper.
I got here at 8:30. Just getting going. We've done that whole 5 hours. Can I test you?
Darn throw away a one.
Okay. We'll take care of the chalk. Did you have fun?
Yeah, my daughter went to the car, so I thought I'd better. Now, Mother, you're having too much fun. Seriously, it's time to go home.
Laura? And then from a dinosaur? Harry? You like my picture? I put a big tree on it.
335-6039.
I'll be right back.
You're all numbers, so we can tell who's on what. I don't want to know your name.
You took my white cut. No, that's not right. I'm gonna have to turn around. That phone was making it. What? It's like right there. Like where? What? Can you show me one more time? This is a big flower and yellow. Full-grown big. That looks good.
You're thinking about something. I don't know that. Robert has to take medication that costs him $30 a month. Yeah. I mean, it ruined her day. When we get old, we have to have our
There's trees around my picture. I love these.
Gave him another shot of Novocaine. Yeah. He went right to sleep, slept through the entire root canal. Never woke up afterwards. Oh, wow. I took him home. He slept through the day, through the night. It was a blessing.
Who's gonna use it? Do you have any of them? No, I do.
Bad.
Yeah, he did. How'd you get that? Don't tell me.
Oh, you need a paper?
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go. Time to put them out.
I got hyacinth,
Oh, they're the best.
pink hyacinth. I already have purple and white ones.
Yeah, they're the best.
No problem.
You
Okay,
carry on,
ready, Brianna?
You want me to carry him?
Hold out your hands. Something like that. Here we go. All righty. And your spots will be number 26 and 27.
26 for Brianna.
Artist at work.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, thinking we could get some clear coat and clear coat the artwork.
Yeah.
We're pretty good with the roller out there painting stripes. Welty there knows how to put 2 or 3 of the same fun. And put them down. I hope there's no lead in this paint because I got on my fingers. I don't want to.
Choctaw started about 5 years ago. We used to do them downtown in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce and the Medina County Art Council with cooperation of the City of Wadsworth. Since we moved to this lovely location here on Prospect with all the trees, just a nice kind of a garden setting, a little less congested, we moved the Choctaw here this year. This will be, I believe, our 5th one that we've done. And as usual, we always have a good turnout of kids and always a great selection of artwork and creations that they've done. It's always a real pleasure to see them, whatever they dream up with. It's always very interesting. It's one of my favorite days of the year.
My wife and I started collecting Santa Clauses about 12 years ago. Our first Santa Claus was purchased in Wadsworth, Ohio. We bought one, and then about 2 weeks later, we went back to buy another one, and about 2 weeks later to buy a couple more. And before long, our collection had grown to 3, 4, or 5. And then as friends began to know that we collected Santa Clauses, we got gifts. As we traveled throughout the United States and really the world, we picked up Santa Clauses whenever we would find one that suited our fancy. Would you like to see some of our collection? We'd be happy to share it with you. Our Christmas tree has nothing but Santa Clauses on them. Many of them are homemade, and some are rather special. We have one, this one came from Alaska. This one is made from a pine cone. This one dances when the air hits it. We have many ceramic faces of Santa Clauses. This is made from sailcloth. This is a metal one. We have paper ones, and this one has no clothes on, but he's appropriately covered with his hat. As you can see, these came from Disney World in California. This one is made of wood. Many of them, as I said earlier, are handcrafted. They come from craft shows all over the state of Ohio. We have him sitting here because he's our jester Santa. Christmas is fun, and he adds to our lively Christmas discussion. This Santa was handcrafted in Troy, Ohio. She makes one each year, and this was the Santa Claus she made last year. These ornaments, we were both teachers, and this ornament was made by students in 4th grade at one of the schools at which I worked. So we have all kinds of memories from former people we have met. This Santa is made from slate. This Santa was handmade by a hairdresser that my wife went to for a number of years. We have Santa bells. We have other ornaments that have been made by children throughout the years for us. This one we picked up in Alaska when we were in Alaska a couple of years ago. I am a gardener, and this Santa represents the gardener in me, and this was purchased by our daughter for us. Here is one that came from Florida. He has an alligator. It is an alligator with Santa riding the alligator. Again, because we were teachers, this represents our time in the classroom with the teacher's desk, Santa sitting on the edge of the teacher's desk. Here is one that we have had for a number of years, a star, Santa swinging on a star. Here again is the Santa that's made out of metal. This ornament represents the Scandinavian Santa from Sweden or Norway. Here is a handcrafted Santa, also a bell. You will find mice. You will find rolling pins. You will find Santas that look like they're made of gold. Of course, it's artificial. This is a unique one. It is Santa in the outhouse. This Santa is made from an old piece of bark. This Santa is made with paper quilling. Everything is made of paper, and all his curls and his beard. Some of the hardest ornaments to find are miniature ornaments. And you see, this tree is not complete. So one of the things we're searching for are miniature ornaments so that by next Christmas, we will have this tree completely decorated. One of our favorite Santas, if you want to call him a Santa, this was purchased in Berea, Kentucky, and I think he'd been in the Christmas sauce a little too long. But we find him very whimsical and kind of clever sitting by our fireside chair. Many of our Santas are handcrafted. However, there are some that are commercially made. We like these because there are sports Santas. We have a football Santa. a baseball Santa, a golf Santa, and a basketball Santa. These are interesting because this Santa is wearing the uniform of the Cleveland Indians that was the uniform in 1938, and this Santa is wearing the uniform of the Cleveland Indians currently. This representation of Santa has several Santas on one piece. Here is a Santa, here is a Santa, here's another Santa, and yet another Santa. We also like Santas that move, and we have several in our collection. This happens to be one of them. This is a reproduction of an antique toy. This wall hanging is fabric designed by Debbie Mumm. It has been hand quilted and was purchased at Sauter Village outside of Toledo, Ohio. Each Christmas, we try to pick out some of our Santas that we like the very best to put on our mantle. And we try to be eclectic in the fact that we have many countries represented and many areas of the United States. This one is fascinating in the fact that it is an older Coke bottle that still has the Coke in it as made into a Santa Claus. This Santa Claus represents Australia. You can see the koala bear, the kangaroo, the cockatoo. These two Santas were actually made in Russia, and you can see they have that Russian look. Most Russian Santa Clauses have one removable part that he holds in his hand. This is our Scottish Santa, Mac Nicholas. He's also a music box. This Santa is very interesting in the fact that he came from India, made in India, but we purchased him here in the United States. These Santas are all made from antique mold. This Santa is cast iron. Several years ago in an antique store, we bought half of a sleigh that had been underground for a number of years and was in very bad condition. Then we saw this reproduction in the store, the exact sleigh. Now we know what the original piece looked like. Here's another one of my gardener Santas. This Santa represents the original Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, who was born in Turkey in about the year 345. He's the one that gave gold to young unmarried women so that they would have a dowry. As I told you earlier, we bought our first Santa in Wadsworth, Ohio, and this is the very first Santa we bought, about 12 years ago. He's a typical Santa Claus that was represented by Thomas Nask as he did all the illustrations for the Harper's Weekly magazine. The next week we went back and we bought another Santa. We went back to buy a couple more Santas, and pretty soon our first collection were these Santas that we have on this shelf. We have several what we call crossover Santas, and this is a Santa Claus, but it's also Coca-Cola Santa. You saw the Coke bottle earlier. This is an original ornament from about the 1940s, and here's a Coca-Cola Santa that is more recent. Another crossover area is Santa Clauses that come in the shape of eggs. So these can be displayed not only at Christmas time, but at Easter time as well. We have ceramic eggs. We have wooden eggs. And we have miniature eggs that are riding in a sleigh. We're ready for the new millennium with our Santas. This Santa represents 1999, and this Santa represents the year 2000. As we can see, it's on his star. This also is a millennium Santa, and on New Year's Eve, right before the new year comes in, we will turn up his hourglass and celebrate the new millennium. This is probably our smallest Santa. He's about a half an inch tall, but he has several Santas that are almost his size surrounding him. This Santa is made from a miniature spool, and it has a very small candle. Needless to say, we don't like this candle because it probably would burn about 30 seconds. This Santa is unique in the fact he doesn't have any clothes on except his hat and his boots, and he is complete anatomically. Several Santas on this piece of furniture. We have an angel Santa because he has wings. Santa Clauses throughout the world do not always have reindeer. This Santa Claus is riding a moose. Here is a Santa set made of metal. As I said earlier, we like things that move. This was a child's toy. These Santas were made from antique mold. This Santa is a smoker Santa. We can put smoke in, and smoke will come out his pipe. We were at the Philadelphia Flower Show in March, and this is the Santa that we bought at the Philadelphia Flower Show. Naturally, he has all the flowers that we would expect. These are made from antique mold. This is a reproduction of a child's antique pull toy. Just to point out a few Santas on this table, this is a puzzle. Children who come love to take him apart and put him back together. This also is a puzzle from about the 1950s. We have two of these. This is a checkerboard. This is a nutcracker. The Santas in the case. This is Rupert, who is a German Santa. This Santa is a Balit China from Ireland. This Santa is a box made in France. The plates in the background are by Lennox. One of my special Santas is the Santa box that my wife got me for an anniversary gift a few years ago. This cupboard is normally filled with antique Heisey glass, but at Christmas time, it becomes Santa's cupboard. Again, we have Coca-Cola glasses. We also have older pieces of china that have been picked up at antique stores and at house sales. This was one of my special finds. I found these 4 mugs at a house sale, and in the bottom of the box was this Christmas card that said, "To Mom, Merry Christmas from Byron." I don't know who Mom is or who Byron is, but every Christmas we honor them by putting out their mugs. On this window we have Santas made from unique items. We have a Santa from pencil, a teaspoon, cinnamon sticks, an okra pod, a clam shell, a shotgun shell, a float. This one is unique because it's made from a cigar holder. Clothespin, a smashed Coca-Cola can, a spool, an acorn, a pine cone, a sand dollar, a child's rolling pin, corn cob, another light bulb, a tablespoon. Many of our Santas have their own boxes. This is a beautiful hand-blown glass Santa, but I almost like the box he comes in as well as the Santa. It is a chore to make sure the Santas go back in their original boxes. Emotionally, these are some of my very favorite Santas. This Santa was handmade for me by my wife for an anniversary a couple of years ago. And if I had to pick out my favorite Santa, it probably would be these. These postcards were sent to my mother in 1915 and 1916 by her Aunt Bertha. And when we began collecting Santas, she gave me these postcards. We had them framed, also had them set so we can read the message on the back from Aunt Bertha. This is another Santa that's special to us. This Santa was handcrafted by a local artist. All the fur that he is wearing belongs to a rabbit fur coat that our daughter had when she was about 4 years old. This Santa represents Père Noël, which is French. These two Santas are interesting. If you've been to Frankenmuth, Michigan, and have seen the Italian village, the artist who created the Italian village in Frankenmuth did this Santa. We think he's very special because he looks like he's truly walking into the wind. This Santa was made by an artist in Missouri who had a very ill son, and all of the profits from the Santas that he made was donated to charity to help ill children become well. My wife and I were recently returning from Acapulco, Mexico, and across the aisle from me was sitting a man with white hair, white beard, with a red coat, and I said to him, I bet a lot of people say you look like Santa Claus. And he says to me, I am Santa Claus. And he gave us a picture that says, to Wallace and Pat, from Santa Claus. He was on his way back to the North Pole from a short vacation in Acapulco, so he told me.
This tree has all handmade ornaments, starting at the top with the counted cross-stitch Santa, who is dimensional, and then there are many styles of Santas. Some of them are international, some of them are just whimsical, but all of them are done on counted cross-stitch that's done on paper. Some have extra beads, sequins, and they have taken me some time to do. I've been working on this for a couple of years, and we finally this year have enough to put on a whole tree. I also did the counted cross-stitch Santas on the tree skirt. That took me 2 years to do because I had never really done counted cross-stitch before. So after I did that, I kind of decided that I was only going to work on small projects, hence doing the little tree one.
We use our hand-blown ornaments for our table decoration at Christmas time because if you put them on a tree, they tend to get lost. This way they can be displayed individually. In this room, all the Santas are handcrafted. The border around the top of the pegboard is made from calendars that were all done by Sherry Buck Baldwin. We have unique Santas in here. This is made on a spatula. This is simply a piece of driftwood. This Santa was made from a cypress knee. We have 3 or 4 Santas that were made from axe handles. Or, believe it or not, this one was made from the handle of a hammer. Probably our oldest Santa is this one. Not that the Santa is old, but it's made from a peg that was taken from a barn in Medina County. The barn was built in the 1880s. Our skinniest and Santa is probably this one, which was made from a miniature cattail. This Santa was made from the leg of a chair. You can see that the ball and the claw that was part of the leg of the chair, and this is Santa Claus, C-L-A-W-S. This Santa was made from a pint jar. This Santa was simply made from an old a rock that was picked up. This is our Alaskan Santa. All the fur is native Alaska animals. This Santa was made from a baseball bat. In the Scandinavian countries, Santa Claus is often represented by elves. And this little elf is kept in the bedroom because he is putting all good little boys to sleep. He's also kind of a Sandman elf. Santa Claus works very hard on Christmas Eve, so on Christmas night, he's very tired. And here is Santa ready for bed on December the 25th. He has bags under his eyes, he has his blanket with him, and he has his pillow. He deserves a rest. This Santa is rather special to us. It was made for us by local artists. The tartan that Santa is wearing is the tartan of our family, and the red wool came from Scotland. We particularly like his spats with his pearl buttons. He has all the things that you would normally think that a Scottish Santa should have. This is our shaker tree. Most of these ornaments have been picked up in our travels throughout the United States. This Santa has a special use. Most of us are very tired after Christmas, and so he helps us relax our muscles. It was made to put in a flower pot, and as you watered the flower, this melted and fertilized the plant. It's made from elephant dung. Not all Santas do you love. We bought this because it looked like a candy kiss. When we brought it home, our daughter said, it looks more like a commode plunger. So I've never liked this Santa very much since then. Naturally, these two Santas we keep in the bathroom. Our collection now has about 800 Santa Clauses, from very small ones to very large ones. We buy Santa Clauses at garage sales, off the street from street vendors, from stores, anywhere we find them. It's been a great joy for us, and we hope to collect Santa Clauses for many, many years to come. Our collection is not finished.
I remember all those Christmases ago, how I'd wonder at the beauty of the gently falling snow. A quiet wind would whisper through the night and play among the snowflakes as they turned the garden white. And he sang, sweet little soldier, Jesus is with you, I am beside you, everything's quiet now, dream of the morning, Christmas is dawning. Sleep, little soldier, sleep. It's Christmas, it's Christmas. And dreaming of the morning soon I sleep, and thinking of the snow I'd fall as silent and as deep. And once I can remember singing low, my father sat beside me in the Christmas long ago, and he sang, sweet little soldier, Jesus is with you, I am beside you, everything's quiet now, dream of the morning, Christmas is dawning. Sleep, little soldier, sleep. Now the years have passed as fast as melting snow, though I never learned to touch them or follow where they go. And the quiet winds have whispered through my mind and played among the snowflakes as they turned the garden white. And now I sing, sweet little soldier, Jesus is with you, I am beside you, everything's quiet now, dream of the morning, Christmas is dawning. Sweet little soldier, sleep. Now I